If you want to get laid and you got 50 grand to spend on a car, you can get a cool Ferrari.
I concur.
Okay. What's your question?
The wife is pregnant, and I insist that I will not be in that delivery room because I need to have sex with her after the kids come out.
Right.
What do you say?
I don't...
Everyone calls me an asshole.
I don't think you're an asshole. My husband has said he does not want to be... He wants to be there, but he doesn't want to be on the business end.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want him on the business end.
No.
I really don't.
Nobody wants to be... The gyno doesn't want to be on the business end.
Yeah, forget the business end. I don't want to be in the room. I heard they can, like, crap themselves. I can't
that too.
Can't have that, man.
I guess when you're pushing, you don't really have control, so sometimes women...
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I would have preferred not to be in the room. We've done this thing many, many times. There's a couple of issues where, you know, it's like when they do the sonogram and they show you the picture. Hey, we have a picture of our kid, except for they look like two hamsters in formaldehyde. And you go, well, what, you know, and they go, hey, keep this. It'll be great to see when the kid's older. And I remember saying to the person, I don't really think my kid's going to get off on seeing this. I don't think they're ever going to look at it. I don't think they're going to be that into it. Right. And she's like, I remember her saying, how could it hurt, though? And I just said to her, how could it help?
Jeff, have you seen the sonogram photos?
Not yet. It's you know, just a couple months.
Look, I believe. Thanks for the question and the challenge, Jeff. And you're right about the Ferrari.
It takes a big man.
It takes a huge man to admit when he's partially wrong. Put Jeff on hold. Look, everyone say this is one of the things that we got wrong in the 70s. We, and when I say we, I don't mean me. I just mean us as a society decided that the smaller the chasm between male and female, the more evolved our society would be. So in the 50s, the guys went off to work and the woman stayed home, and she was a homemaker, and he had his highballs and maybe a mistress or two, and she was faithful, and she stayed home and did this and that. Somewhere in the 70s, somebody got the semi-retarded idea, and my mom was one of these people, that men and women and genders should merge. And that we should take the things that women do and have men do them, and take the things that men do and have women do them. And part of that was getting the guy into being involved with the birthing experience. Somehow, it's not your baby, it's our baby. And
right,
even though it's in you, we're pregnant. And so guys got into it, and they forced guys into the OR, and they started doing the shit too. I don't think it's helped any more than any of the other fucked up cockamamie notions that came out of the 70s. I think it's actually hurt things. I think there's a reason why you have a vagina, soon to join your a-hole, by the way, a vajay-hole. There's a reason why you have a vajay-hole, and Brian and I have peccaroos. Okay. And there's just differences. There's just physical differences. And I'm fine with that. We should embrace that. You're better at certain things. We're better at certain things. You're better with the kids. When the kid gets a boo-boo and the kid's crying and he wants to make all the pain and tears go away, you're better at that. And when it's time to get the guy down because you're re-upping your lease, you're going to go down and get a car, and you want to talk turkey with the salesman, traditionally the guy's better at that, and that's good. You do your thing. Let us go. Pardon the pun, Jew the guy. The term Jew the guy down over at the Audi dealership. That's ironically that we do that better. You do this better. Let us go to war. You guys stay here and take care of the kids. Fine. Don't drag us into the OR to watch the kid come out.
Well, it's weird about the cutting the cord. Now, I think my husband may have gotten this idea from listening to you, but he's announced he has no interest in cutting the cord. Why do I fucking care whether he cuts the cord or not? If he's going to be there, and by the way, he's working right now to provide for us while I'm not working. That's right. Good enough for me.
I love that. And the idea that all these symbolic little snapshots, all these bullshit little Polaroids of our life are going to add up to anything is total bullshit.
It means nothing.
My fucking kids are going to judge me based on how good or how bad a father is I am versus, well, did he cut the cord? Didn't he cut the cord?
Here's Telegram.
What's that?
Here's my sonogram.
There's some weird magical bond that's created when I cut the cord. I don't remember cutting the cord. My kids don't remember me cutting the cord. They're not going to remember. I would love to do a fucking study that says, here's kids whose cords were cut. Here's ones whose weren't cut by the father. Let's see how their test scores were. Who gives a shit?
You know how many fathers cut the cord and then they cut and run and leave the family? And
Right.
what did it matter? It's a meaningless gesture.
No, and plus, every single guy who stormed the beach at Normandy in World War II, I guarantee his dad was smoking a fucking cigar or maybe banging his mistress while he was being born.
By the way, our fathers, I don't think, were in the delivery room. They were out in the waiting room nervously pacing.
Right.
And, if you're, a generation before that, smoking. And
Right.
the doctor was smoking.
Yeah.
Right.
And, the father wasn't in there. And it strikes me now that there
My dad,
are...
I remember he was nervous, he was pacing, he was thinking, how am I going to not pay for college?
How am I going to not buy shoes or
Figured
go
it
to
out.
any football
He
game?
figured it out.
Yeah, he certainly did. But I think now, especially in LA or in big cities, there are doulas and midwives, and you pay women to be in the room with you and to help you through the birthing process. Who I think is supposed to be in there are women, and unfortunately, we're spread out now. We don't live near our families. We're isolated. So I can't have, well, first of all, I don't talk to my mom, so she's not going to be there. But, I don't have a big sister or a mom. There's not going to be, like, the older, wiser woman who's already given birth in the room. That's who should be in the room, other women.
Not only that, it's not a large area. You don't do it in a gymnasium or blimp hangar. It's cluttered with people and equipment. Do you really need one more jack-off who doesn't know what the fuck's going on standing around? Do you know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah, with his germs possibly getting in.
There's contamination. There's that, and then there's just the general, like, in life, when shit's going down. Like, if cops had a situation where there's somebody barricaded in the house, you couldn't just wander in. Hey, what's up, fellas? Hey, got you guys some Diet Mountain Dew? They'd be like, get the fuck out of here. We're doing shit here. And you couldn't go to, like, airport security. You can't wander onto the flight deck of your plane and be like, hey, guys, what's happening? It's like, get the fuck out of here. And the notion to most of that get the fuck out of here we have in life is, you're not qualified to be here. You could potentially knock something over or cause some trouble. You're just one more person who's in the way. I could trip over your ass trying to get to something I need desperately. Get out.
Yeah.
And by the way, we have that policy across. You can't walk behind the fucking counter at a frozen yogurt shop and help yourself to some sprinkles without some 14-year-old who works there going, hey, get the fuck out of here, Pops. I mean, we have that across the board in life, right? There's no like, hey, I'm just going to mosey over the counter at the McDonald's and do up my own Big Mac.
Sure.
Like, you get out. Why here?
I don't get it. I mean, if there's an X-ray tech, say, taking a picture of Brian's brain.
Right.
Christy's not going to be wandering in there. So
All
she can
we
take a look for herself.
all we do
What's that?
in hospitals is go, please, you need to wait, sir, you need to wait, ma'am, you need to go outside, and then all of a sudden it's, come on down, come on in. They might as well just put Western doors on that fucking room. Come on in, pull up a chair, take a load off.
Right, I can't step on the court if I go to an NBA game.
Right.
Yet I can walk into the middle of what could be a serious medical situation.
I agree. Don't go in. Yes, Donnie? Turn your mic on, please. Donnie's got things to say.
His dad probably didn't cut the cord,
yeah.
and now he's upset.
Yeah. Someone cut the cord to his mic. Donnie, make sure the mic works before you do the come on down.
Sorry about that.
All right.
Not to shit on your... well, it's not a theory.
Go ahead.
Do you
I
have
thoroughly enjoyed-
verbal fecal incontinence?
I thoroughly enjoyed watching the birth of both of my kids.
Yeah.
And I videotaped it with 3 cameras.
Yeah.
And
Wow, coverage.
I wouldn't trade that moment for anything.
He's one of the best DPs in the business, by
No,
the way.
you need a master to cut away to.
Sure, and reaction shots.
Right.
Be real.
B-roll of the husband's
Baby
face
roll.
smiling. Yeah, baby roll.
Yeah, I agree, and then they had to retake it because they had some hits on the audio.
And you got to get that establishing shot of the vagina before.
Sure. Yeah, getting the boom in there and the dolly.